Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sheila. Today we are going to be learning how to make this very beautiful granny square shirt. It's pretty easy and don't be intimidated by its look. I'm going to be taking you through every step of making this granny square shirt, and then later on we shall advance it in my next video and put some accessories and better things to it. But for now we are going to be learning how to make the basic granny square shirt, well fitted. And yeah, let's get into the video. For the materials, you'll need any yarn. I'll be using 𝒕𝒍𝒂𝒏𝒌. It's a 4-ply yarn, but if you have any medium weight yarn it can work. I'll be doubling my strand because this is a fingering yarn. Then you also need a 4mm crochet hook and a pair of scissors and a measuring tape. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is to measure your hip size. So I'll be considering the hip measurement of 38 inches. 38 inches, that's what I'm going to consider for this tutorial, and I'll be making for a size medium. So let's get started. To start this project, you're going to start with a slip knot. You're going to grab your hook and your yarn, and you're going to start with a slip knot, and then you're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then go into the very first chain that you made with a double crochet like that, and then chain 3, then double crochet in this space between these two. Go in that space with a double crochet, chain up 3, double crochet in this space, so we are going to go on until we get the measurement that we considered for our hip measurement. So if you had 40, you're going to keep working this chain until you get the measurement of 40 inches. But since I'm considering 38, I'll be working until I get a measurement of 38 inches. So we are going to just keep continuing that. I'm going to go off camera and I keep working this chain until I get a measurement of 38 inches. Alright, so we are back and I have a total of 38 inches when I stretch this chain across, and I did a total of 40 segments of these. That's what I needed to get to my 38 inches. So after this, you're going to go into this very first space that you made with a slip stitch. You're going to make sure your chain is not twisted and go there with a slip stitch. So we've formed a ring and now we are going to start working in rounds. So you're going to chain up 3. So this counts as 1 double crochet. Then you're going to go into that very first space with 2 more double crochets. So that will be a total of 3 double crochets, and this is what we want to do in every segment. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next segment, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next segment, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next segment. So this is the repeat for this round, because now we are working in rounds. You're going to keep chaining 1 and placing 3 double crochets in each and every segment. don't forget to always chain one in between. So I'm going to go all the way around doing this, and then I'll show you how my work will look like after the first row. So here we are coming to the end of our very first row, and I've placed my last 3 double crochets in the last segment, and then we're going to chain up 1 like how we've been doing every after 3 double crochets, and then you're going to slip stitch on top of the very first chain 3. So that very first chain 3, go into it and make a slip stitch. So this is what it will look like. And then after this, you're going to chain up 3 and turn your work, and this counts as a stitch. You're going to place 2 more double crochets in that same space, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space. So that means here, since this counts as a stitch, that means there are 3 double crochets in this chain space. So we're going to repeat this all the way around, placing 3 double crochets in each and every chain 1 space and chaining 1 in between. So that's all we're going to keep repeating for this row. So I'm going to go off camera and I work the second row, and I'll meet you back when I have the third row, when I'm going to the third row. So now it's very clear to see where to place the stitches, since we have chain spaces in between. That's where we're working the 3 double crochets. So go all the way around and I'll meet you when we are starting the third row. Alright, so I'm coming to the end of round 2, and I've placed my very last 3 double crochets in this very last chain 1 space, and I'm going to chain 1 after that, and then go on top of the first chain 3 that we made. So into the very first stitch of that row, and you're going to close up this row with a slip stitch, and then you're going to chain up 3 and turn your work, and this counts as a stitch. So place 2 more double crochets in the chain 1 space like that. That's the same exact thing that we did for row 2. That means we're going to keep repeating this until we get the length of the skirt that we want, right before the slit. So I'm going to keep working my skirt, and I'll be letting you know how many rows that I did for my skirt, and then I'll be showing you how to split the skirt to get a small slit. Then we shall pick it up from there. So continue working until you get to that point where you want your slit to be placed. So I did a total of 15 rows, 15 rounds of granny square stitch, and now we're going to split the legs. I hope you can see clearly. We're going to split the legs. We're going to split this into half. So since we had 40 clusters of 3 double crochets, we're going to split that into 2, so we shall remain with 20, on this side and 20 on this side. So count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. So you're going to place a mark here. I'll use this yarn. That means that's where we're going to join this string that we are going to connect with. And now we are going to make a chain. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Let me count that. So for size medium, we're going to do a total of 15. So these are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that will measure a total of 4 inches, 4.5 inches. And after your 15 chains, you're going to go into this gap where you marked and attach your yarn with a slip stitch or a single crochet, whatever you prefer. So the use of this string is to have a comfortable split in between the legs. So after joining here, we're going to chain up 3 and we are going to continue with our pattern. So continue to place 3 double crochets. So this very first space is going to get 2, since this chain 3 counts as a stitch. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next, chain 1. So we're going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you at this point and I'll be showing you what to do from here. So I'm almost coming to this string and I've placed my 3 double crochets here, and now we're going to chain up 1 and place 3 double crochets in that very first chain. 1, 2 and 3, and then chain up 1 and skip the next 4 chains and into the 5th. Sorry, you're going to skip the next 2 chains, not 4, 2 chains, and into the 3rd you're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip the next 2 chains, and into the 3rd you're going to place 3 double crochets all in that same chain, chain 1, skip 2 chains, and into the 3rd place a total of 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip 2 chains, and into the 3rd place a total of 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip all the remaining chains, and close off your round with a slip stitch in the very first chain 3 on top of the very first chain 3. So this is what we have, and right now we are going to first work on one side of the leg and then we shall go to the other side. So chain up 3, turn your work and go into that very space with 2 more double crochets to make a total of 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space. So we are back to the system that we were doing here. No increases, no decreases. We are just going round and round and round until you get the length of the shirt that you want. So I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you guys when I'm done with my first leg. I'll let you know how many rows that I did. Okay, so I did a total of 4 rows, 4 rounds on the one side of the leg. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And now for the very final round, you can see I'm on this side, so I'm going to chain up 1, turn my work, and single crochet in that very space. This is our very final round. And then you're going to go into the next chain 1 space and make a total of 5 double crochets. So those are 5. You're going to chain up 4 and slip stitch at the base of the chain like that. So we're creating these spikes, and then in that very space you're going to go ahead and make a total of 4 more double crochets like that. And then after this, sorry, it had to be 5 more double crochets, not 4. So 5 a spike and 5 on this side, and then go into the next chain space and make a single crochet. So this is how our edges are going to look like. Then go into the next space with a total of 5 double crochets. We're doing the same exact thing that we had done before. Chain up 4, slip stitch at the base of the chain like that. Sorry, like that. Then place 5 more double crochets in that same space, and you're going to go all the way around doing that same exact thing. 5. So this is how it looks like, and then you go to the next chain 1 space and make a single crochet like that. So we're going to go all the way around doing this same exact thing, and I'll meet you guys when I'm here. So I've gone all the way around, placing this edging around the first leg, and this is where I ended with my single crochet. And you can see there's some more stitches than a single crochet here. So if you don't have any gap where to place this shell, then you're going to just go into that space, that next stitch with a single crochet in the next stitch, and then slip stitch in the very first single crochet that we made, and then you're going to chain up 1 and cut your yarn. So that marks the end of our very first side of the shirt, and I'll be showing you how it looks like. This is how it looks like. We're going to do the same exact thing that we've done here onto this side. So I'll be showing you how to attach your yarn, and then you're going to rewind the video to this part where you were working on the first leg and do the same exact thing. So we're going to attach our yarn to this other leg that's shorter, because now this leg is long enough. Now we're working our second leg, and we're going to attach our yarn in this space where you placed these 3 double crochets on this side. You're going to just balance what you did on the other side onto this side. So I'll attach my yarn there like that, and then chain up 3 and go into that very space with 2 more double crochets, because the chain 3 counts as a stitch. So that will count as 3 double crochets. Chain 1, and then you go in that space where you place these 3 double crochets and place 3 double crochets. So right now I'm in the exact middle of our shirt, and I'm just duplicating what's on this side onto this side. Chain 1, go into that space where you placed your 3 double crochets and place 3 more double crochets. Chain 1, do the same here, 3 double crochets in that chain, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the next chain, like that, then chain 1, and then this time you're going to go into this space with the 3 double crochets and place 3 double crochets on the other side. And remember, this time we are going to this side. We are working on the second leg. This is what you should have. And then you're going to see what you did on this side. We didn't have any stitches here. That means you're not going to place anything here. You can see that. So you're going to chain up 1 and skip over this and go into the next with a total of 3 double crochets. So you can see it's looking the same on both sides. After this, you're going to chain up 1. You're going to continue working the granny square pattern all the way around, because now we are back to the rounds. You're going to do a total of 4 rows, and then the final row is the one with the edging. So rewind your video and then go back to this first leg and see what you did, and you're going to just go ahead and do the same exact thing on this leg. Okay, so now that we are done with our second leg, this is how everything looks like. You're going to identify the side that you want to be at the front. Both sides are going to almost look the same. So I think I'll take this side as my front side. And then you're going to make a very long chain. Just going to grab your hook and make a chain, just a simple chain of around 250 chains. So when you're done with that, this is what you'll have. You'll grab your tapestry needle and put your yarn through. Put your yarn through this this end of the chain. This is what I'm going to have. So after this, you're going to go to the exact middle of your work. So the exact middle, you're going to eyeball it, and then you go in and out of these spaces. There are those spaces where we worked the 3 double crochets. So you go in and out, in and out. So you go in through one and out through another one. So in through this one, out through this one, in through the next, out through the next. That's how we are going to do our drawstring, and this is going to help us gather the waist area together so that we get a better fitting in our upper waist. Since when we were starting this shirt, we based on the measurement of the hip, so by the time it gets into your waist, it will be kind of big. So that's what we are trying to eliminate here. So continue to go all around the shirt. So we are almost coming to that point where we started this from, and this is what we have right now. This is where our strings are going to come out from. So you can remove your tapestry needle at this point, and this string is to help us gather this and have a better fitting in our upper waist. And then of course this is going to be wider, but the cool thing is we can adjust the waist measurement. So after that, you're going to just tie a knot. You're going to just tie a knot, and then you can put beads here or tassels or anything that you want. At the end you can just make a knot, and yeah, this is basically it. This is how our shirt has come out. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.